Salvation, the Forbidden Kingdom, Champagne Advertence en Milano. Pues yo siempre a veces me las veo durante la semana, veo de a 10, 15 minutos diarios y me la voy viendo así, con las mañanas. Así me gusta hartas películas. La momia, Liberen a Mumia. Con la de Need for Speed. Ya, con Jesse. ¿Sabes de las filas agresivas?
Hello, Jorge Andres. Hi, good evening, Jorge Andres.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Okay, Jorge Andres, yesterday we started the classes, but you were not here.
It's because I almost forget the the date.
Okay.
I I in the past I have connected, but I don't. I the apparently the date is not correct because in the I have connected in the last weekends. I see nobody connect, and I forget the date.
Okay. Okay. So the point is that the university assigned us the students just last week. So that's the previous weekend, we were not teaching classes. We started just yesterday and today. But
Uh,
definitely we're going to have the classes all Saturdays and Sundays, starting
mhm.
at 18 p.m. and finishing at 9:30, 9:40. So
uh,
it's important that you know that.
uh, right.
Jorge Andres, there are other three students that are going to be with us in the class, but I think they haven't received the information yet, or maybe they haven't checked their emails. And so I don't know, maybe we can give them more 3 or 5 more minutes to see if they join us in the Google Hangouts. If they do not do that, then we have the class just you and me, okay?
Okay.
And so while we give them the time, I would like you to prepare the short presentation about you, introduction, who you are, your age, where do you live, what are your hobbies, and maybe your expectations about these speaking classes. Those 5 aspects, okay?
Okay.
Maybe it's important also that I ask you to remember that it's necessary for the classes to have the camera and the microphone always working. You need to verify that before we start. But when we have other students, the other 3 students that are missing today, your microphone must be off when you're not talking, so we do not interrupt the other students' turns, okay?
Okay.
So I'll give you like, yes, 3 minutes to prepare your introduction, and then at the same time, we're giving them time to join. And then I'll listen to you, okay?
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Hi, Laura. Good evening. How are you?
Good, and you?
Fine, thanks, Laura. It's really good to see you in this night. Yesterday we started the classes, but you were not here.
Yes, I tried to log in yesterday, but it keeps telling me that nobody was there and nobody was there, and so I don't know what happened yesterday.
Okay, maybe we're not working the Google Hangouts platform. Okay, Laura, we're working with your partner. In this group, we're going to have 4 people, 4 students. And in this case, it's you, another student that is called Dago, another student that is Jorge, and we have another one that is coming too. I don't know if they are joining today, but we will see what is happening. The point is that I was giving Jorge Andres 2 to 3 minutes to prepare an introduction about himself, his full name, age, hobbies, interests, expectations on these speaking classes. Then that's what you're asked to do too. So I think that maybe Jorge has already done his part. He has already prepared it. So we're going to listen to him, and then as soon as he finishes, we will be listening to you. Okay, Laura?
Okay, of course.
Thanks a lot. Okay, let's listen to Jorge.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jorge Andres Quintero Ramirez. I am 27 years old, and I am a superior normalist in the Escuela Normal Superior Ocaña. My expectation of these classes is better my pronunciation and get more fast conversation skills. This is my expectation.
Okay, Jorge. Jorge, thanks a lot. And where do you live exactly?
I live in Ocaña, Norte de Santander.
Okay, and you finished your studies in Normal Superior? You finished that, and then you entered to NAT University to study languages?
I I also I am a agriculture technician in the Universidad Francisco de Paula Santander. I have this title too, and I currently study uh, in how say licenciatura.
Yeah, master degree.
In English.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thanks a lot, Jorge. And okay, let's see if Laura is already prepared. What do you think, Laura? Are you ready or you need more time?
Well, give me just 1 minute, please.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I think I'm ready now.
Okay, we're listening to you.
Okay, so my name is Laura Alejandra Garcia. I live in Cali. I work in a call center providing technical support to South Florida for DirecTV and internet. My expectations with the course are to improve my level of English and practice. I do it every day with my work, but I like to talk about different things and to know different people.
Okay. And how old are you, Laura?
I'm 26 years old.
Okay. And then you're studying English, the master's, yeah, the master's degree, the university, do not.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm.
you're finishing or starting. What part of the process are you in?
Well, I'm just starting the process actually. It's the second semester. You say
Okay.
semester, or how do you say that?
You say semester or term? No problem.
Okay.
You're just starting your second term. Very good. But
Yeah.
but you had the opportunity to study English before.
Yes, I went to United States for a cultural exchange, and I live with a family that only speak English. So for 2 years and a half, I just speak English with them every day, and that helps a lot. And I take a couple of courses there too.
Okay.
Mhm.
That was really good because you get a good English level. I think you're more than basic English one, maybe. But that's really good because we can learn a lot more with your experience and all you learned there. It was working as an au pair, maybe?
Yes, exactly. It was that.
Okay, really good. It's a great experience. Jorge, let me tell you. Do you know what an au pair is?
What, sorry,
Au
what?
pair. Au pair.
Upper?
Yeah, no?
Upper? No.
Okay, let me tell you, because Laura is telling us that she went to the States, she was working there, and then that was the place where she learned the English she knows. Au pair is when you go and travel to another country, and then you work there with a family, like taking care of their children, yeah? So you are taking them to school, helping them with homework. So you are in charge of the children they have.
Mm,
Then,
I heard about that.
sorry?
I heard about that.
Yeah. It's a really good opportunity when you want to have like a cultural experience and at the same time you work and at the same time you learn the language. So it's a really, really good opportunity. And she had the experience and I see that it was really good for her. So
Mm,
the what and you get money too because they pay you. So it's quite interesting.
what are the requirements?
Basically, I think they ask you for an average in age. Maybe you must be between, I don't know, 20 and 30. I'm not pretty sure about that. Yeah, having experience working with children in the place you are from. Your driving license is also a must, and then you need to enroll in the process. They do like a selection and finally they tell you what family are you gonna be with.
Mm,
It's really interesting.
yes.
Okay, tell me.
And how, how how much is the cost of that?
uh, I
The
do not.
passport or any other requirement who need documentations, something like that.
Let's ask Laura because I was doing that process like more than 10 years ago, but I don't know nowadays, more recently information. Laura, do you know how much is it and maybe what other requirements do you need? Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, yes. Well, I did it in 2012, but I don't think it changed that much. You have to be between 18 and 20. I'm sorry. Yeah, 18 and 26. You have to have a basic level of English, like for having a conversation. You need to have a driver's license, a good health, and that's pretty much it that you require. About the price, it is, I believe, $1,000, $1,500, something like that.
Yeah, good. But then when you go there, maybe you recover part of your money. They're paying you your services. Yeah.
Yes, because they pay you every week, like 100 and let's say $95 every week for your job, and you can also study there, and they give you $500 for the classes that you want to take. That is included also in that.
Okay. And what part of the states were you in?
I was living in Virginia, like 45 minutes away from Washington, D.C.
Okay, Virginia. And yes, I have heard about Virginia a lot. Okay,
Yes.
Laura and Alejandro. Sorry, and Andres. Um, Now I'll introduce myself because we started this the other way around. I should have introduced myself first, but then it was a pleasure to listen about you and to know who are my students and the people I'll be working with during these weeks. My name is Andrea Ramirez. I am an English teacher. I've been working as an English teacher for more than, I don't know, more than 15 years, maybe more than 20 years. I studied first at Universidad Nacional de Colombia here in Bogota. Then I did all my studies on philology, so I am a philologist. But then something happened when I was finishing my career, and I couldn't finish that at the Universidad Nacional. So I had to retake my studies and then find for another way to finish them. That's why I entered to UNAT, because I took all the things, all the subjects that I worked and I did at the Universidad Nacional de Colombia, and then at UNAT, they made like a transition, and I could finish all my studies here. That's why I'm finishing my career at this university. But then I am also a normalista superior. I went to Normal Superior María Auxiliadora here in Cundinamarca, in Soacha, Cundinamarca. So as Jorge Andres, I know what it's like to be a normalista. And I'm very, very proud of it. I feel that when you are a teacher and you have the opportunity to work with children before entering university, and when you had the opportunity to take classes about teaching before entering university, is really good. I am married. I live with my husband and my little son, but not that little anymore. He's 11 years old, and we live here in Bogota. We have an apartment, and we have been living here. I've been living here all my life. I learned the English. I learned it at Universidad Nacional de Colombia, and then I improved when I started teaching and when I started working as a private teacher, because I have worked always as a private teacher and also at schools. I could say that nowadays I'm working at a bilingual school and I am the head of the department. I am trying to help the school with all these processes of international certification, exams. So students are in a process of modern techniques to be evaluated, and I'm supporting that process now. What else can I tell you? I'm 36 years old, and I'll always that you need something, I'll be there to help you. If not in the classes we have Saturdays and Sundays, then you can email me in the Google Gmail email, and I'll be answering any doubts you have. Okay. Talking about the class, as I was telling Jorge Andres, all classes would be on Saturdays and Sundays, starting in 8, and then we will finish it by 9:30, 9:40. They're not going to take until 10, because I know that at night it's maybe we need to do things early morning next day or something like that, and it is like the weekend we need also to have a rest. So we're not taking like the 2 sharp hours. We're gonna take 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40 minutes, And any suggestions that you have, any questions, as I told you before, I will be there to help you with that, okay? You already start working in your ebooks? Jorge, do you already start working in your ebook?
My ebook.
You started working on that?
Yes, but I need to log in the course first because I'm not sure about what ebook you're talking.
They sent me the university sent me an ebook that it's Basic English 1.
In practical learning?
Yeah, in the practical learning environment. You have it? Laura, you have the access to your book and you already start working on that?
Is the one that is in the course, or
I do not have what it is because they sent me a link and it says that I don't have access to your platforms, but then they send me a link that says, I'm going to share that with you now, so we see if it is the same we're talking about.
Okay.
Give me a second, and then I'll be sharing that with you here in the chat. And that's the link they sent me. That's the ebook. And I need to know if you already have access to it. Could you please open the link and see if it is the one you have in the practical environment?
Ethan, how are you?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
the same, yeah?
Yes.
Laura.
How do you see the chat here? It's just that I'm using my cell phone for this.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out.
No problem. There is like it is a blue icon.
Let's see.
Yes, you find it?
No, I only see what you say hello 24 minutes ago, but
The one that said hello, so give me a sec. Now I send it there.
Okay, now I can see it. Let me see. I believe something is happening to the website of the university because nothing is working.
Oh my goodness.
Like we tried, all day I have been trying to open it for different things, and it keeps charging, but nothing happens. It just stays like that.
Oh my goodness. So I didn't know that. So I think that maybe we can look at that later. In the next class, you let me know if you have access to it and how is it. I think that this ebook, it's a good tool, but it's quite basic. I think that maybe you would need something a little bit more challenging. So have a look at it. And then the idea is that you work on that on your own, yeah? I'm not in charge of working with you in the book. I mean, the classes on Saturdays and Sundays are to develop other kind of activities, not that basic, not the basic your book. The book is important, you need to work on that. It's got certain samples and calculations, but I just need you to have a look at it and that. Be sure that you're working on that because then your teacher in basic English, the one that is with you the whole term, is gonna take that into account. Not specifically for me, but for the person that it's working with. Yeah?
Okay.
So be sure that you get it and then that you know how to work with that. Okay, now, so for today's class, we're gonna talk about celebrations. Okay, so celebrations, not okay. People celebrate things all around the world. Like celebrations are things that are very close to culture. And when we learn a language, you know that we are not just learning the way to say different things, but also we're learning things about culture in those countries. So today we're going to start talking about celebrations here in our country. Yeah. Then next class we're going to talk about celebrations in England and celebrations in the States. And I think that it's really good that Laura had the opportunity to be living there so she can tell us maybe more with the experience what is it to celebrate, for example, the 4th of July, if by that moment you were there in the States. But today we're going to talk about Colombia and things we celebrate. Important dates and important things we celebrate here. So the idea is that I'm going to assign each one of you a celebration here in Colombia. And then I need you to do 3 specific things with that. Okay? So I'll give you a short period of time to prepare what you're going to say. And then the other partner, I mean, Laura, is going to ask Andres some questions. She's gonna, based on what you present, she's gonna prepare some questions and you have to answer some questions that Laura is going to ask you. And then we're going to have Andres also asking Laura 3 questions about the presentation. She's going to give us a very short one, obviously, about the celebration. I'm going to assign you. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes to prepare what you're going to say about it. And then in 5 minutes, you can turn your video, your cameras, and your audio off. And then you sit down and prepare what you're going to say. Then in 5 minutes, I'll ask you to start. Okay? Is that clear?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
So I think
Yes.
that Laura can work with. I had these 2 that are the most popular here in Colombia. That is Barranquilla's Carnival. That's gonna be for Laura, and then Jorge Andres is going to work with that carnival people doing pasto that it's called Carnaval de Blancos y Negros. That's the one for Andres, and Laura is going to work on Barranquilla's Carnival. Okay, so the 3 things you need to talk about is: number 1, in the importance. Why are those 2 carnivals in general important for the culture of our country? Yeah, why are they important for culture? That's the first question. The second one is what do they celebrate? Yeah, what are they celebrating when they celebrate the Barranquilla's Carnival, and what do they celebrate when they celebrate the Festival de Blancos y Negros, Carnaval de Blancos y Negros? And the third question is, if you have had the opportunity to be in there, could you tell us the experience? And if you had not had the opportunity to be in there, would you like to go, yes or no, and why? Okay, so is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes for you to prepare that. You can search on the internet information, no problem, be ready with that. In 5 minutes, I'll be listening to you. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, now are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Laura, thanks. Jorge, are you ready?
Yes, I read.
Okay, so who wants to start? Is there any of you who volunteers to start?
I can start if Laura don't have nothing to say against it.
Okay, if Laura accepts. Laura, what do you want to say? Yes?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. So Jorge, go.
Well, the Carnival of the Negros y Blancos, also called Blacks and White, is a celebration who belongs in the city of Pasto. Is celebrated from the 2 to 7 of January each year, and have origins in the colonial times. In the colonial times, have been a rebellion of slaves, and the Spanish authorities decide to give a day, a free day to the slaves, so they can relax in this day. Later, have the basement of the celebration. This celebration also have many other things. First, they one day and they paint themselves of black, and then another day painted themselves of white. This is because the name. One day is black, and one other day is white, and in representation of slaves and of the Spanish people. And they also have decorated the streets with many colors. Have uh, have decoring cars. I don't know how to say carrozas.
Maybe
They,
carriages.
yes,
Carriages could be.
exactly. Carriages, and have also a queen. Also, queen is a very something traditional in all the celebrations in Colombia. Uh, so also play with water, and what more I can say about it. Uh, there
And have you been
there
in
are
a
no, I don't. I don't have the facility to get in this place. This is very far.
okay. I haven't been, yeah? You say I haven't been.
Okay. Um, well, this is pretty popular celebration in Pasto. There are many tourists, and seems like a pretty creative celebration on what I can see, uh, because I say I don't can go in because it's very far and I don't have the money, something like that. Seems pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah. Thanks a lot, Jorge. You finish or you have anything else to say?
No, I finished.
Okay, thanks a lot. Laura, okay, you have your questions ready for Jorge?
Well, he say almost. I mean, he say everything. I don't know how to ask now because I
Well
was going
done.
to ask him black and white, but he said it was about the Spanish and the slaves. So he said everything. I don't know what to ask him.
Maybe a question related to a culture and other things that are done in the carnival, or maybe an a situation. You can give him a situation if you were in carnival and this happens, what would you do? Something like that.
Well, I do
If
have
you are
one.
out of money,
What
okay.
kind of food they have in the celebration? Like usually in the
Uh,
carnivals, there is people that goes for the food. So what kind of food they have there?
the food, I guess this is pretty Andean food. Maybe some quiz, you know, this this I don't know what is the name in English. Quiz is the name. They eat it. Also, pues eat tradition. Pasto is a, a city with a very large population of um, um, uh, indigent. I don't know the precise pronunciation about the word. But the Indians, and they have very
Yeah,
typical.
Indian food. Yeah, there are certain food that we do not translate into English. For example, chontaduro. Those things that are traditional for our country, we don't have a specific word in English. But in this case, for the cuy, I think they eat cuy. Yeah, that it's like the gainia pig. But then when we say gainia pig in English, it would sound really strange that we are eating it because in the
It's a pet.
American culture, gainia pigs are pets.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know.
and then they would be like weird for them that we say, okay, we're going to have gainia pig for our celebration. That would be strange, but that's the way we have it here. Okay, thanks a lot, Jorge. That was really good. Thanks a lot. Now let's listen to Laura. She's gonna tell us about the
Okay,
carnival in Berlin. Thanks a lot.
okay.
Okay, so I was reading about the Barranquillas Carnival, and it is important. Well, first of all, because it brings a lot of tourists to Colombia. Everybody knows about it. It is a cultural masterpiece of the nation, and it's also a celebration that date back to the 19th century. So it's a tradition already. Um, I like one thing that I read that is like the slogan of the carnival, that is, those who live it are those who enjoy it. Um, well, I was reading also that it's very little, nobody knows exactly why this carnival began. So some people say that it's because they are welcome the spring, and also it says that it was celebrated only for the slaves at the beginning, like it was a black celebration. And I haven't been there, but I would like to because it looks like it's a lot of fun, like the colors and the food and the people that lives in, how do you say that, in the coast. It is like really cheerful and
Yeah,
happy, and like the dance and party and the music. Well, I think it is interesting. I would like to go. I like the idea. Probably someday I will do it.
yeah. Yeah, in the Caribbean coast. Yeah, so we have like two coasts. But yes, it's in the coast. People who live in the coast.
Okay.
Okay, now Jorge Andres, your questions to Laura.
Um, my first question is, this is a there are many tourists in the other countries in this carnival, uh, or only Colombians go in there.
Okay, there is a lot of tourists actually because I was reading that it's a carnival that even is considered the second largest carnival in the world. So a lot of people in the world knows about it, and that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of tourists coming for those days, just for that here to Colombia.
The other about the days, the I don't remember how much days or what is the dates of the celebrations. What days or what many days?
Let me see. It is 4 days of
4
parties.
days.
Yes, it is for 4 days.
Uh, um,
It is February. Let me see, because it says two things. It says that it's a 6, 7, and 8 and 9, and also it says 25, 26, and 27. So I'm not sure of which one it is.
Like the whole month, they keep on celebrating the whole.
Yes.
a very large carnival, I guess. But
Yeah.
this is I need to make another question or there.
Yeah, the last one. The last one. Go for it.
The last one is you think the celebration can have be better or be more large or more interesting for other persons because I find the carnivals I have not present in this place, but I seems like it's not very large or promoted in other countries, or at least for myself. And you think this can be more large in the later days and later years, or you think this celebration is more thing very Colombian. In other tourists only go because they have the curiosity of the culture, but not because this is very attractive. Uh, this is my question.
Well, I think usually when the tourists come here is because they want to know about the culture. They wanted to know how we celebrate things, how we party, the music that we listen to. So I believe it's pretty much because they're curious. It's like when we go to somewhere else, to a different country, we want to know everything that we don't see in our country. We want to know what people eat, what people do, and in these kind of celebrations, they wanna, yeah, they wanted to get to know us, our culture, and I believe that's why they came here.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Jorge, thanks a lot, Laura. It was really good to get to know a little bit about these celebrations that we have in our country. Okay. Thanks a lot. Now we're moving to keep on the topic on celebrations. We're moving to uh, things that we celebrate at home. Yeah. So we have like big occasions, special moments that we share with others, and then we find an opportunity to meet with our relatives or invite friends. And then, what kind of celebrations am I talking about? What would you say when I say that there are these moments of when we invite people, invite friends, or invite our? It's a chance to see our relatives we haven't seen for a long time. What are those events typically that we carry out when we celebrate things in a different way, not those cultural celebrations, but the ones we do differently? What could they be? Laura or Jorge, what do you say?
Well, I will say the birthday parties,
At birthday party, yeah.
the
Jorge,
wedding.
weddings. Jorge, what do you think? What else?
And maybe um, um, something like it's some religious celebration or ceremonies like baptism
Baptism. Yeah, baptism. Very good.
or weddings like Laura says, uh,
Yeah.
and maybe something like uh, uh, um, no, I don't remember this, because in some families they celebrate obviously the the grade of their sons or the daughters, you know, that
Yeah.
when when a when a person graded themselves on the university tend to celebrate uh,
Graduations. Yeah.
graduation, exactly. Some these moments can be celebrated, and some people celebrated that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So we have baptisms, we have birthday parties, we have weddings, we have graduations, and we also have maybe that are here in Colombia. There is a zone that is the Pacific Coast that we have all those black population people who have like these African origins, and when someone dies they have a different way to not, they're not celebrating, but they are making honors to their relatives and to the people there that are dying because they have like a different view of death. Yeah, so they get together, they prepare special food, they sing, they have different chants to help, like say, the soul find like their way into the next step in what we have here as life. So I think that why do I mention that sample? Because then we celebrations are not just activities and things we do because we're happy and we're trying to show the others that we have achieved something, that we're good at doing something, like when we're in a wedding or when we graduate. But then there are also ways to celebrate, but different aspects of life, and it's related also to culture. Yeah, as the moment of death, we get funerals. Yeah, and then when we attend a funeral, it is because we want to be with the family that it's in mourning, and then we want to tell them that we will be there supporting them and helping them in whatever they need or they want. So talking about those celebrations and those things we do, not in that let's say universal or Colombian order, but more at home or more with our things. I would like you to answer a question. I'll give you just 1 minute to prepare your answer, and then the question is, what is your position towards these weddings and baptisms, and how do you feel, or could you tell us an experience about the last, I don't know, the last moment when you were attending this, or you prefer to say no, sorry, I cannot go, or you feel like the pressure in your family that you have to go even though you don't want it. Okay, tell me a little bit about a specific celebration you had at home with your family or with friends, and how was it? Okay, is that clear?
But is how was it, like what we were doing, or
Like the experience. So it was a good experience, and why, or it was not that good, as something happened. Okay, so sharing a little bit about that specific celebration and how the experience was.
okay.
Yeah, it's it.
okay.
Okay, 1 minute, and then I'll listen to you. Okay, Jorge and Laura. Ready or do you
Okay.
need more seconds?
No, yeah,
Is it okay?
I think I'm ready.
Jorge, what did you say?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, now we start with Laura. Let's listen to her. What experience is she gonna share with us?
Okay, so by the moment that I was going to do the trip to the United States, my family decided they want to make a party for me. That it was like a goodbye party, but it was a party anyway. So we came, everybody came to my house, and we have dinner and share some time together. And it was funny because it was like a fun thing, but also it was sad because we're going to say goodbye because I was leaving. So after that, I don't like goodbyes at all. but yeah, I mean, it was weird because everybody was happy for me, but at the same time, everybody was sad because I was leaving.
Yeah. Okay, good, Laura. And now Jorge.
Well, and I don't assist in many celebrations because our family is more extended. Um, they are living in other departments, and I only celebrate my sister's birthday or my mother's birthday, and this is not very never a celebration. Only the family, the nuclear family, and this is this kind of celebrations. I can feel pretty fun, pretty well. This is because maybe I am not very sociable person, and
Yeah, maybe.
maybe no. It's the reality, and I don't have many friends or have many good relationships with other families or my families, and because they are very far, and I only have my mother, my father, my sister, and this is only what I know. Sorry,
Okay.
because very interesting.
No, that's no problem. I think that each one of us has like one way to take these things, and sometimes you prefer to be on your own or not to be out with others. Because for example, I consider myself, I am a person who, when someone comes and says, "Okay, we're gonna have a party, let's go," I don't feel like going to parties and all that stuff. When I want to do something to have fun and entertain, and I go to the movies or I do other things. But then there are other people who celebrate and do things, and they feel fine doing that. There's no problem. So good, Jorge. Thanks a lot, and Laura, thanks a lot. It was really good. Now I'm going
Okay,
to try to share with you a video, but I haven't tried before, so please be patient if I'm not doing that good. But I'm going to share a video. If I cannot do it, I'll share the link with you, and I'll give you like some minutes to look at it. It is about how people celebrate Christmas in Britain, yeah, and then they compare celebrating in Britain and celebrating in the States. But then give me a second. Okay. Good. I think I'll do it. You got it? Um,
Yes, I can see it.
yes, yes, I can see it.
but then, but give me a second because I think I'm sharing just an image. I need to share the video. Give me a second, please.
The other 10% comes from playing Monopoly because there are some Christmas traditions that we share, unfortunately. Christmas dinner. A British Christmas dinner is just as big a feast as an American one. The main dish is usually...
But could you see the video and listen to it?
Yes,
It's breaking up a little, but yes.
yes, I can. The audio is something break it.
Okay, give me a second.
Burning letters to Father Christmas, setting off explosives at the dinner table. These may seem crazy to you, but they're perfectly normal behavior at a British Christmas, or as we sometimes call it, Crimbo. Here are 10 Christmas traditions that never made it to America. Letters to Father.
Is the audio okay now?
Yes, it is better.
Yes, it's better.
Okay, so good. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to watch the video. That is, the title is "How to Have a British Christmas," and then let's watch it, listen to it, see what information you see that it's interesting, and then I'll let you know what we're going to do. So first, just look at it, no problem. If you don't understand certain parts of it, maybe there are some words that were missing and you didn't get the idea, no problem. The idea this first time is just to have a global idea of what the video is about. Okay, so let's start.
Burning letters to Father Christmas, setting off explosives at the dinner table. These may seem crazy to you, but they're perfectly normal behavior at a British Christmas, or as we sometimes call it, Crimbo. Here are 10 Christmas traditions that never made it to America. Letters to Father Christmas. In America, kids write letters to Santa and put them in the mailbox, but in England, we toss them straight in the fire. We're not trying to make children cry. Burning the letters sends them directly to the North Pole, where Santa can read your Christmas wishes in the smoke. Yes, it may seem a little weird, but it does save on postage. Hanging stockings. American children traditionally hang stockings around the fireplace for Santa to fill with presents, but in the UK, we hang stockings around the bed. Being surrounded by presents is a great way to wake up on Christmas morning, and a great way to let Father Christmas, a total stranger who's been watching you all year, get really close to your sleeping body. Sweet dreams. Also, instead of leaving out milk and cookies for Father Christmas, we leave him brandy and a mince pie because he is a grown-up. Christmas crackers. A cracker may not seem like the most festive thing to serve on Christmas dinner, but these are not the type of crackers that you put cheese on. A Christmas cracker is a brightly decorated cardboard tube filled with fun prizes. When grabbed and pulled apart, a tiny explosive inside makes a loud cracking noise, hence the name. Inside the cracker is usually a cheesy plastic prize, a paper crown, and a terrible joke. Why are ghosts so bad at lying? Because you can see right through them. I'm so sorry. Christmas hats. Inside the Christmas cracker are colourful paper hats that it is absolutely mandatory to wear. In fact, 90% of Christmas arguments stem from trying to make your grumpiest relative put their paper crown on. The other 10% comes from because there are some Christmas traditions that we share, unfortunately. Christmas dinner. A British Christmas dinner is just as big a feast as an American one. The main dish is usually roast turkey, often surrounded by bacon-wrapped chipolatas, which are mini pork sausages. Bacon-wrapped miniature pork sausages. Now, that's a tradition that you Americans should get behind. We serve the turkey with roast potatoes and veggies, traditionally Brussels sprouts, which are gross, but it's tradition, so we eat them anyway. We have gravy to stir everything in, and something called bread sauce, which isn't a sauce to put on bread, but a sauce that's thickened with bread, which looks a little lumpy but tastes delicious. Then we eat until we can't move and watch telly until we pass out. Sound familiar? Christmas pudding. Americans love to have their pumpkin and pecan pies for Christmas dessert, but in the UK we have Christmas pudding. This is a very dense, boiled cake flavored with dried fruit and spices. It's then soaked in alcohol, aged for several months, boiled again, soaked in alcohol again, and then set on fire. Come to a British Christmas, we soak everything in alcohol and then light it on fire. The Royal Christmas Message. That's right, every Christmas Day, Her Majesty the Queen gives a holiday speech reflecting on the events of the past year. We all sit around pretending to pay attention, but secretly carrying on with whatever it was we were doing before. Think of it as the State of the Union, but with much more gold. Boxing Day. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas Day. Origins are debatable. Some say that it's a day when workers would receive a box of gifts from their bosses. Others say that it's a day when people would box up gifts for the poor. But the main thing that happens on Boxing Day nowadays is shopping. It's kind of like our Black Friday, only nobody gets trampled to death. Pantomime. Every year around the Christmas halls, pretty much every theatre in the country puts on a pantomime. These are plays for kids based on fairy tales such as Cinderella and Aladdin, involving a lot of high camp, dancing, and audience interaction. They're normally starring jaded celebrities, so if the idea of seeing David Hasselhoff in a dress excites you, you should definitely check one out. Taking down the Christmas tree. We Brits believe that the Christmas tree and decorations should be taken down within 12 days of Christmas, otherwise you'll have bad luck for the rest of the year. This may be a tradition that Americans should consider adopting. I've certainly seen people keep their old, brown, dry, withered Christmas trees until almost the 4th of July. Those are some of the major differences between British and American Christmases. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more episodes, and let us know in the comments what you think is the most important part of a proper British Christmas. Happy Crimbo!
Okay. Was it good? Yeah, you heard it clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, no problem, yeah? And it was, okay, give me a second. Okay. Give me a second, please. Okay, so, interesting. Have you seen that before?
No, this is the first time.
Okay,
No,
Jorge?
no, but some tradition I already know. Some of them.
Good. Okay, very good. Okay, now, what we're going to do now is that I'm gonna maybe play it again. You tell me if you need it or not based on what is the task to do is, yeah? So the idea is that if you remember or if you want me to play it again, I need you to tell me 5 words that you had not heard before. That it is like this is the first time you listen to that, and or maybe that you heard it but it's not that frequent the use they have in English, and that thanks to the video and to the words she was saying and to the images, you could identify the meaning. Okay, so that's the task. I think maybe I'll play it again. So the idea is that you look at the video again, and then that's called a cooperative work. For this activity, you are going to work together, Jorge and Laura. So you are gonna say like teamwork, yeah? Okay, I saw this word, yeah. And then Jorge says, yes, I think it means that. But maybe, okay, so you work together, so you build those 5 words in pairs. And then you tell me what were those 5 words that you didn't heard before, that you didn't know, or that you maybe had not heard before or not that frequent in that frequent use, or maybe that you knew but here they had a different meaning, that you could say, okay teacher, these are the words and this is what they mean, and we understood it based on the video. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I think you need the video again, or do you think you can do it without watching that again?
Maybe
What do you maybe
maybe
again? What do you say?
Well, I think we can watch it again if Andres wants.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so let's watch it again, and then I'll give you like 5 minutes to work together, and then let me know what the words were. Give me a second, please.
The Father Christmas.
Sorry.
Burning letters to Father Christmas, setting off explosives at the dinner table. These may seem crazy to you, but they're perfectly normal behavior at a British Christmas, or as we sometimes call it, Crimbo. Here are 10 Christmas traditions that never made it to America. Letters to Father Christmas. In America, kids write letters to Santa and put them in the mailbox, but in England, we toss them straight in the fire. Trying to make children cry, burning the letters sends them directly to the North Pole, where Santa can read your Christmas wishes in the smoke. Yes, it may seem a little weird, but it does save on postage. Hanging stockings. American children traditionally hang stockings around the fireplace for Santa to fill with presents, but in the UK, we hang stockings around the bed. Being surrounded by presents is a great way to wake up on Christmas morning, and a great way to let Father Christmas, a total stranger who's been watching you all year, get really close to your sleeping body. Sweet dreams. Also, instead of leaving out milk and cookies for Father Christmas, we leave him brandy and a mince pie because he is a grown-up. Christmas crackers. Cracker may not seem like the most festive thing to serve on Christmas dinner, but these are not the type of crackers that you put cheese on. A Christmas cracker is a brightly decorated cardboard tube filled with fun prizes. When grabbed and pulled apart, a tiny explosive inside makes a loud cracking noise, hence the name. Inside the is usually a cheesy plastic prize, a paper crown, and a terrible joke. Why are ghosts so bad at lying? Because you can see right through them. I'm so sorry. Christmas hats. Inside the Christmas cracker are colourful paper hats that it is absolutely mandatory to wear. In fact, 90% of Christmas arguments stem from trying to make your grumpiest relative put their paper crown on. The other 10% comes from playing Monopoly because there are some Christmas traditions that we share, unfortunately. Christmas dinner. A British Christmas dinner is just as big a feast as an American one. The main dish is usually roast turkey, often surrounded by bacon-wrapped chipolatas, which are mini pork sausages. Bacon-wrapped miniature pork sausages. Now, that's a tradition that you Americans should get behind. We serve the turkey with roast potatoes and veggies, traditionally Brussels sprouts, which are gross, but it's tradition, so we eat them anyway. We have gravy to smother everything in, and something called bread sauce, which isn't a sauce to put on bread, but a sauce that's thickened with bread, which looks a little lumpy but tastes delicious. Then we eat until we can't move and watch telly until we pass out. Sound familiar? Christmas pudding. Americans love to have their pumpkin and pecan pies for Christmas dessert, but in the UK we have Christmas pudding. This is a very dense, boiled cake flavored with dried fruit and spices. It's then soaked in alcohol, aged for several months, boiled again, soaked in alcohol again, and then set on fire. Come to a British Christmas, we soak everything in alcohol and then light it on fire. The Royal Christmas Message. That's right, every Christmas Day, Her Majesty the Queen gives a holiday speech reflecting on the events of the past year. We all sit around pretending to pay attention, but secretly carrying on with whatever it was we were doing before. Think of it as the State of the Union, but with much more gold. Boxing Day. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas Day. Its origins are debatable. Some say that it's a day when workers would receive a box of gifts from their bosses. Others say that it's a day when people would box up gifts for the poor. But the main thing that happens on Boxing Day nowadays is shopping. It's kind of like our Black Friday, only nobody gets trampled to death. Pantomime. Every year around the Christmas halls, pretty much every theatre in the country puts on a pantomime. These are plays for kids based on fairy tales such as Cinderella and Aladdin, involving a lot of high camp, pressing, and audience interaction. They're normally starring jaded celebrities, so if the idea of seeing David Hasselhoff in a dress excites you, you should definitely check one out. Taking down the Christmas tree. We Brits believe that the Christmas tree and decorations should be taken down within 12 days of Christmas, otherwise you'll have bad luck for the rest of the year. This be a tradition that Americans should consider adopting. I've certainly seen people keep their old, brown, dry, withered Christmas trees until almost the 4th of July. Those some of the major differences between British and American Christmases. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more episodes, and let us know in the comments what you think is the most important part of a proper British Christmas.
Okay, now you have 5 minutes to get together. You can interact, obviously, among you. If you want to do it in the chat or if you want to talk to each other there, no problem. I wouldn't be interrupting you. I wouldn't be saying anything. So you have these 5 minutes to work together and decide what are you going to present to me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
How many words you find in the video?
Well, I have 4 for now. 4
Hmm.
words.
What words there are?
One is Father Christmas. That, I mean, we know what it is. It's Santa Claus, but
Of course.
it has different like ways to say it, but it's the same, right? And that is one. There is one that I don't know what it is. That she says at the beginning that is like crumble. I don't know what is that.
I listen Christmas. No, I don't know what it is.
And also, when she says cracker, they usually is like a cookie, a salt cookie, but here is a different thing.
Maybe for the sound.
Yes, exactly. But it's the same word. I have that one, and let me see. When she says spoiled cake, oh, that's what I understand.
Spoil. Maybe spoil is when a food begin to decomposition. You know, when the food spoils is getting bad mostly.
Oh, okay. And what words do you have?
Mostly the first word Christmas. I don't know how to pronounce. There is a food uh, like bread balls.
Yeah, here's
This
that one too. I understand bread sauce, like um yeah,
bread sauce.
that's what I understand.
Mm, and
But I'm not sure
so
if it was that.
mm, this is a typical food. This is I can pronounce very well. Breed algo, breed thing. Mm.
Yeah, but
And
usually eat on Christmas.
there are other words. Pantomime. It's the first time I can see this in English. Seems not like the meaning in the Spanish. You know what you do a pantomime is like a game, but this is like a show, TV show
Well,
or movie.
I'm not sure because for what she was saying, it looks like it has to be is related to the like the movies and the stories for kids, but I'm not sure if it's something that they see on the watch on the TV or what exactly.
Mm, she say some actors appears in these pantomimes. So this is something like the TV shows.
Yeah, I think it's a show.
Mm, other words is pass out is like um, in colloquial terms is getting drunk.
Well, yeah, it's also like when you get exhausted and you just um there's muches like How do you say that? Well, that is what pass out means, I think.
Seems like pass out. It seems like a word to another word for getting drunk or getting tired.
Exactly.
Maybe are seeing.
Maybe I can help you with that word. Maybe faint. Faint when you fell to the floor, you're really bad and you faint. Maybe it could be.
This is pass out. And well, this is the four words I don't recognize. I don't know this video. Mm, I don't know another another term. What did you say, Laura? You have
Well,
another word?
I just have those, and the one that we don't know what it is at the beginning of the video. I understand crumble, but you understand something else.
Just crime begins with C. Something like cry or cry. Um, and the
Okay, you think you're ready or you think you need a minute more?
uh, um, um,
Well, I think we're ready, but
Yeah?
yes, yes, I read it.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell me what did you find? What else do you have? Go ahead.
Well, Laura find some words like Father Christmas, but Father Christmas is obviously the Santa Claus, but this is a new name. Uh, you can refer this
Yeah.
and
Father Christmas. Yeah, Father Christmas.
the Father Christmas.
Okay, you haven't heard that word before.
no. Well, I didn't.
So it's the same Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like we can figure it out because she was showing the pictures and because it's Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like Father Christmas. They call that Santa like icon. Good. So let's continue. That was the first one. Yeah. What about the next?
Another word is the word cracker because the cracker in the video is different. It's paper made uh, toy,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Seems like and they break it and make noise and have only a message inside
Yeah.
and
So what is
this is
the other meaning of cracker? The one that you already knew.
It is like the cookie, but salty cookie. Like what
um,
is the menu?
now I remember cracker is also a insult in some parts of United States.
It's slang. Yeah. Maybe it is what we call slang. Yeah. Words that are not that is standard English, but that are used more informally.
Yes, it is more like an insult. I remember watch a video and some people call another cracker and the what with very despective
A
mean.
pejorative way. Yeah.
Yes, like um, a drug addict or
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is slang. It is something else. Okay, good. So you have Father Christmas cracker. What's the next?
uh, the word spoil cake. This obviously spoil. What I remember is the words when something is getting bad. When I when the food is getting bad, getting spoiled. Get
Yeah.
spoiled. I guess. I don't very sure about this is correct.
Yeah, yeah. Or also spoiled is when something is hidden and then you get the way to get it. Something that is not known for the others and you get it. That's spoiled too. And also there is a way to. It also has the meaning of when children, when the parents do all things children want, then we say that they're spoiled, but the spelling is different.
Okay.
Good. So that's the third one. What about the fourth?
There is a word is in the beginning, in very beginning in the video. She say something like another name to the British Christmas,
Yeah.
like Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah. You wanna listen that again? Look.
Happy Crimbo, due to you, but they're perfectly normal behavior at a British Christmas, or as we sometimes call it, Crimbo.
That word,
Yeah.
Cremo.
Cremo, yeah. It is like an abbreviation of Christmas, yeah. And then they do like Cremo, like a short word, and it comes. The origin is very interesting because it comes from what little like toddlers, little children, 2, 3 year old word clearly, yeah. And then they don't say Christmas but like Cremo, so that's the origin of that word, yeah. It is like the way children used to call Christmas because they couldn't speak well. So it is like a cute word, yeah, like a very cute way and a very yeah, tender, if you want, nice way to call Christmas, yeah. The origin is that children couldn't say the word clearly, so it's Cremo,
Okay.
and it means Christmas too, yeah. Good, very good. You got that one. Anything else?
There is a food in the video, something like bread balls, but like I can remember the name. Um,
When they're talking about the dinner, the Christmas dinner.
yes, this is this food is seems like balls, but I can hear well what is their name.
Okay, and Laura left. And what about Laura? She had information about it, or she didn't know either.
Um,
No, she left. Laura
maybe,
left.
maybe she
Yeah,
have connection problems.
yeah, maybe there are some connection problems. Okay, that word, that what you're saying are like little balls of meat that they prepare with the turkey. Yeah, so you see,
Uh,
they eat turkey. Turkey is like special food, and they prepare also meatballs, very short meatballs, not the ones we eat with the spaghetti, but maybe some other ones that are very short, and they use them as a course of the main dish that is the turkey.
okay. It's like a
Oh,
meatball.
yeah, meatballs, but short,
Uh,
but smaller than the ones we used to see when we eat pasta. They are smaller.
uh, okay.
Okay, Jorge. Jorge Andres, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your participation and for your time to be here in the class with me tonight. I think this is all for today. And then we see each other again next Saturday at 8 p.m. Remember to revise your Gmail account. I will be sending any new information and also the link to start the class, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Jorge. And I don't know what happened to Laura. Maybe she got problems, connection problems. But then she was here working with us too, so it was good also to have her. Have a good night and see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, Jorge, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot too.
Okay, bye. Have a good night. See you.
You too.